Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everyone joining us today. Yeah, I can see everyone coming in. Please mute if you can. You can turn on your cameras or off your cameras, however you feel is comfortable for you at this time of day or night, whatever. Hello, Julie. Hello, Jay. I've got lots of, hello, Anna, lots of people that I know. Hello, Sean. Good to see you. Katka. Oh, wonderful. Okay, lots of people that I know here. I'm not going to list everybody, but wonderful. And it's great to have you all here. And I know that all of you, most of you are edupreneurs, so it's going to be something which is an exciting topic for us today. Something really practical, not the coaching side of it, but the business and clients and all the other stuff that usually doesn't get into the forefront, but it is here today. Luckily, because James Liu is going to be talking to us about the strategies that he has in place that have worked for him. I'm going to introduce James, our speaker today, very briefly. James is somebody who has a lot of first-hand experience in education. He was inspired by his teachers. That is what moved him forward to create the businesses that he ran and still runs to this day. He went on to learn about management and a lot of other things, working with startups, global companies, etc. And so now to share all his wisdom, I'm going to hand it over to James. And if you've got any questions, a bit of housekeeping, put it in the chat box. We're going to address it, but it's basically going to be a mics off event so that James can get through his slides. And then at the end, there'll be plenty of time to discuss anything that pops up. Okay, so please keep the chat box sizzling. Okay, so thank you very much. James, over to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gabriel, for the introduction. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. I'm right now in Boston. This is my noon time. And feel free to just drop in the chat box, let us know where you're from, and I will get back to your questions during the presentation. Don't hesitate to leave your questions. I'll definitely get back to them at the end. So today, just I want to talk about niche teaching and program-based teaching in language coaching. So I had some conversations with Gabriel about this audience, and we want to kind of talk about something that is useful for you guys. And from a different perspective, I know marketing business might not be some very popular topic you guys talk about, but I think it's always good to get to know a little bit, because if you are working as an independent coach, independent teacher, this will be very helpful. So I do have a slide to introduce myself again. So my name is James Liu. I'm a business coach for teachers, ESL teachers who like to go independent and build a six-figure online teaching business. I've been doing this for 3 years, since 2019. So a little bit about myself. I grew up in China, spent 23 years of my life in China, then moved to the United States after college. Then I did my PhD, MBA at Wake Forest University in North Carolina, the US. I also did my postdoc at Harvard for 3 years. After that, I spent 2 years in management consulting, helping, let me present this. This is better, okay. After that, I spent 2 years in management consulting, helping companies with marketing, sales, and pricing strategy. That's where I learned a lot about marketing, sales. And then about 2018, like end of 2018, I just happened to work with my own English teachers that have been working with me, helping me with their business, because they were suffering from the what's happening in industry, the low price, competition, and help them with their business. And that can be that was the inspiration. That was the reason I wanted to start this business and helping more teachers, in the world about getting students online and charging a higher rate. That was January 2019. That's the time I started this business. So over the past 3 years, we have helped 2,500 teachers, I think closely to 3,000 teachers now, work with me and my team, and have gone independent. We got really good results. and many teachers have increased their rate to over $100 an hour, from like $20, $17, $15 an hour to $100 an hour, just by implementing what I'm going to share with you today. It's not very hard to understand. It's a very simple strategy, and many teachers have quit their full-time job and become fully independent since they started this journey. So in the next 20 minutes, I will quickly go through the three topics I prepared for you guys, and I try to make it as simple as possible for you to understand. And I do have a free ebook that has maybe like more details about this. I will share with you guys as well the free ebook they can get. And when I explain these different concepts, I will use English teachers as example because that's the majority of our clients. But what I'm just going to share with you guys is going to be applicable to any language coaching and language teaching, just so you know, right? So the first topic I want to cover, niche teaching to stand out in the competitive market. So niche teaching, I don't know how much you guys know about niche teaching, but the best way to help you understand is showing the comparison between general teaching and niche teaching. So general teaching, to me, general teaching is about offering a wide range of services from conversational English to business English, accent reduction, exam preparation. If you're an English teacher, right, you basically offer everything you can do to help students for requiring a lot of different services, right? That's general teaching. Niche teaching, on the other hand, niche teaching focuses on a specific group of students with similar problems when it comes to English that your services aim to solve with the students. So very particular group of people with a very particular set of problems you can solve with your teaching. That's niche teaching. And niches are defined by the problems students have, not English proficiency level, demographics, or demographic location. So that's what I try to tell you guys, and give some examples, right? So poorly defined niches. So people always, oh, James, I have a niche. What's your niche? Oh, I target beginners. So that's a niche, per se, but I don't think it's a well-defined niche, right? Or children aged 3 to 6 years, or Chinese business professionals. As you can see, these are defined by proficiency level, demographics, geographics. That's not the best defined niche. And what I think the well-defined niche should be focusing more on problems. So instead of English beginners, a better defined niche should be English beginners who would like to speak more fluently, right? So they have a need, they have a problem you can solve. That's a better defined niche. And then children aged 3 to 6 years who would like to read English, right? So children aged 3 to 6 years, they have maybe different problems. Some of these children want to read. Some of the children just want to start speaking. They have different problems. You want to specify the problems you are trying to solve for this particular group. And then Chinese business professionals, and who would like to expand their business to English-speaking countries. So Chinese business professionals, they have different problems, right? Some of them just want to speak, want to travel. Some of them want to do business overseas. Some of them want to maybe, just being able to work in a global company, right? They have different needs, but a better defined niche should target for very particular problems. And then I'll explain why, then will help you with your marketing, right? So why can niche teaching help language teachers stand out in the competitive market? So I explained what a better defined niche looks like. So why that helps you stand out in the competitive market. Very obvious to me, niche teaching can differentiate language teachers and position them as experts, right? Think about this, right? When you have a niche, you focus on the same niche. Students from the niche see you as an expert and specialist who only helps people like them and who can solve their problems. And just think about this, between general practitioners and neurosurgeons, right? They are all both doctors, and how you perceive them, general practitioners, neurosurgeons, how you perceive them, who earns more, who actually works more, right? That's how people perceive how people look at you when they see what you do. So another example, general English teachers for everyone. I'm a general English teacher. I work with everyone, comparing to English communication coach for IT professionals. So if I'm an IT professional, I have two choices here. I either can work with the English teacher, works with everyone, or English teacher, English communication coach only helps IT professionals. How I see them, right? Which one would I choose? Which one I would like to pay more? So that's the difference. That's very, very obvious, but no, a lot of teachers don't see it. And not to mention, general teaching is getting more competitive than ever. And since COVID, a lot of teachers get online, they start teaching online. The market has become so competitive. Many more online companies and schools enter the market. And sometimes you can see that there's another new company offering similar services, but at a much lower rate. So they are offering similar services, then they have to drive their price down in order to survive. So the price is driven by this competition, lower and lower prices, and teachers not getting, used to get $20 an hour, $25 an hour. Now they're only getting $18, $17, $15 an hour. That's what's happening because they're general teachers. They work for these companies and schools, and there's no way for general teachers to compete if students can simply find your replacement for a bit less money. Think about this, right? Many teachers working on these platforms. So you go on this platform, you search, okay, English teacher, boom, 200-300 people there. And you look at every single one, they all have similar backgrounds, they have similar certifications, they have a similar experience. How are you gonna choose? All right, so I'm gonna sort by rate, okay? I'm gonna start from the lowest one, right? That's how people choose. When you are general, you are just, you can be replaced by any, so many other teachers, and there's no way for general teachers to compete, right? The niche teaching can help language teachers stand out in the competitive market. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. So I hope you guys agree with me. Niche teaching gonna help you stand out in the competitive market. So next question, very naturally, you're gonna think, okay, James, how can I define my niche, right? You give some examples, but how do I define my niche? So we do have a very systematic way to help teachers. I will kind of walk you through the approach we follow to help teachers define their niche. So first of all, this common way to define niche, a lot of people might think about niche, niche teaching, niche coaching. Sometimes they just talk about, this way. This is not the best way to me. It's a static way of defining your niche. Examples of my niche is accountants, lawyers, dentists, and traders. So this is not the best way to define niche because static. Again, you're not focusing on the problems, right? So a better way to define niche is defining a niche is dynamic way. You focus on the problems, okay? And my niche is accountants. That's not the best, but my niche is people who want to become accountants, right? The dynamic, what they want, what the problem they're trying to solve. So that's a better way to define a niche. And your niche should be describe people as they are, not describe people as they are, but who they want to become. I want to get a promotion. I want to study abroad. I want to get a position. I want to get in a company. I want to speak more fluently. I want to be able to have very good conversations, small talks with my colleagues. You want to focus on who they want to become, right? Because that tells you the problem they're trying to solve and the goals they're trying to reach. These are some dynamic niche examples, and these are all true, really just niches I know teachers are doing, right? So people who are living, for example, the first one, people who are living in non-English speaking countries and would like to learn English, so they can immigrate to English speaking countries, right? So they want to immigrate to English speaking countries. That's what they want. International graduates who would like to prepare for English interviews and get a job in the US. Foreign working professionals in the US who would like to break the language barriers and advance their careers. You see, you're targeting immigrants, foreign working professionals in the US, right? They have these language barriers. They want to advance their career because they have a lot of obstacles when it comes to English communication, right? That's what you're trying to do. That's a better defined niche in a dynamic way. And Chinese IT workers who would like to pursue management positions but are limited by the lack of English proficiency. So you're thinking about Chinese IT workers working in a global company and they want to move up to management positions, but they know they have to improve their English. So these are the dynamic niche examples, and they are all actual niches teachers are doing right now, right? So, and there are three criteria we also follow to to help our clients determine their perfect niche. The first one you want to look at is you want to find a niche that has a market with urgent problems, right? You can do some research of different markets. Usually think about the industry, the profession that has some problems when it comes to English communication or your language coaching, right? And also you want to find a market that you enjoy teaching. So sometimes you have a lot of options, a lot of good markets you can target. You also want to see which one you are more passionate about. You feel like you want to become a specialist in that particular market. But thing is, no, you are not general teacher anymore. So as a general teacher, you don't really need to care what your students' jobs are, what they do at work. You don't need to worry about it. But when you're a niche teacher, you need to get really very much involved in their job, in their career, in their industry. You need to develop a lot of niche specific knowledge. So if you're not passionate about doing this, or you're not passionate about learning from them, then you probably quit because you just don't like that, right? So you want to find something you're gonna be enjoying doing, right? Enjoying learning, and then skills you have or you can develop. Now it's okay if you want to do something that you're not 100% sure that you can deliver. You can always learn. It's okay, but I wouldn't recommend that you chasing something that you have never done, right? A lot of teachers, for example, they have done a lot of communication training, like vocabulary, pronunciation, all that, but they want to do something like public speaking. They've never done it. I would think that's gonna big jump. You don't have to. You want to find something you actually can learn, can master, and in order to deliver. So these are 3 criteria we follow, and the overlap, right, is the best niche you want to for you. That's the criteria we follow. So at the end of this presentation, I also will share you the free niche teaching training video. A link you can get this niche teaching video, and also niche identification worksheet. That's what we developed to help teachers define their niche. So I'm gonna share this video and the worksheet, so you can use this worksheet to define your niche, as it's have been very effective for teachers to follow and define their niche. Okay, so that's the first topic: niche teaching to stand out in a competitive market. We talk about why niche teaching can help you stand out, why niche teaching can help you even survive in this market, and how to define your niche, what are the good ways and the criteria you need to follow to define your niche. Now let's move on to the second topic. Okay, if you guys have questions, right? So I'm not going to answer them right now, but if you have questions, feel free to leave in the chat. I'll go back to them. I'll get back to you on that, right? So the second topic I want to cover very quickly is program-based teaching to deliver better results to your clients. Okay, I'm not sure if this is a new concept to you guys, but that's what we do. We actually help our clients develop the program. All of our clients they sell program, they don't sell sessions. So let me help you understand first the differences between session-based teaching and program-based teaching, right? So session-based teaching, this is kind of very common across this teaching, coaching industry. So session-based teaching is where you offer sessions. Those sessions are independent of each other. The focus is determined by students and varies between sessions. So basically you listen to your students, the student come to you, hey, what do you want to learn today? What do you want to learn next session? So student tells you what to do, and all the sessions are independent from each other, right? And what you teach and how you teach in each session are modified to meet specific needs of your students for that particular session. Of course, students pay you by session, even though you might bundle a number of sessions together and sell at a lower rate per session, but you're still doing session-based teaching. Some teachers do that. Oh, if you buy 10 sessions, you get 5% off, 5% discount. If you buy 20 sessions, you get 10% discount. Even you do that, that's session-based teaching, although you are selling a bundle, right? So on the other hand, program-based teaching here, in a program-based teaching, sessions are integrated as a whole. So every sessions, you have a session for a particular reason, every session is connected to each other. The focus of each session is predetermined by you to serve the goals of the program. So basically your student come to you, you already have a program for them. It doesn't matter because the students are from your niche. Everyone from your niche should have a similar problem that you can address, you can solve with the same program. So the program is predetermined. Whoever come to you, want to work with you from your niche, right? They're gonna go through the same program. So what you teach and how you teach each session are systematically designed to maximize the results of the program. So you get to say what to do every session, because you know your niche, you know the students better than they know themselves, right? Students pay for the program, which consists of planned number of sessions. So this program-based teaching, I just want to show you kind of a framework we use to help our clients with their program. So this is an English communication program framework. As you can see, right, there are pillars. There are pillars on the top. In this framework, right, there are 3 pillars, and each pillar solve particular problems, right? Then within each pillar, there are different sessions, depending on how many sessions you need to solve that problem. You have different sessions. This is a 10-session program, and your frequency, duration, objective, and homework, what you are trying to achieve. This is a framework we use to help our clients develop their programs. I just want to show you guys how this program is set up, right? So next, why we promote program-based teaching, just because one of the biggest challenges of online teaching is getting results for students. Think about it, if you have taught online or if coached online, one of the reasons why your clients, your students don't get results is that they don't implement teachings or action or take action, right? They come to your session, they just use the 1 hour, and then either you don't feel good, give them homework, or you give them homework, they never finish it, right? Just because they take a control, they do whatever they want, they tell you what they want, right? Simply put, but in that way, simply put, if you don't get students to implement what they learned, very likely they're going to see results, right? So they come to session for 60 minutes, and then they disappear for a month. They come back for another 60 minutes, not doing anything you told this client to do in the previous session. How come this student's gonna get any results, right? And if the students don't see results, they work with you for a year, meet you 20 times, they don't see any improvements, they're not gonna blame themselves. They're not, oh, because I didn't show up on time, I didn't do the homework. No, they're not gonna blame themselves. They're gonna blame you and associate with the quality of your teaching. They don't think you are a great teacher because you are doing session-based teaching. And in program-based teaching, student action can be managed. You can manage them. You plan homework assignments in your program that students have to finish before the next session. They're required. You have to finish the homework so that we can have the next session. And you can hold students accountable by reminding them and empower them to take action, right? And also sufficient student action ensures the result guarantee at the end of the program, which justifies a higher rate. And sometimes teachers ask me, "How, James, why are they gonna listen to me?" You sell a program, you already told your students what they're gonna go through. They bought the program. And for all of our clients, they ask their students to pay upfront. It's different. So they buy a program, they pay upfront for the program. So they already invested in this program. Of course, listen to you, follow the instructions to finish the homework. And from a student perspective, because I'm an ESL student myself, all right, I remember days when I was working with my teachers. I had to tell them what I want to learn because they don't know me. I want to work on this, I want to work on that. But believe it or not, if I get to work a teacher knows me, like already can tell me what I need to work on, I'll be so pleased because I trust them even more because they understand me. Why they understand me? Because I'm from their niche. I'm not the first clients they ever helped, right? So that's the thing, right? There's a better dynamic as well between teachers and the students, and they trust you, they do the work, they get good results, they speak about you, they give you a good recommendation, and you charge a higher rate. It's a win-win, all right, comparing to session-based teaching. So again, right, to repeat, program-based teaching improves student results, and in return, program justifies a higher rate. All right, so on average, our clients, the teachers working with us, after maybe 6-7 months, they can always go to like $80 an hour. After maybe half a year, like 9 months, they can always increase to $100 an hour. And for the clients who work with us the longest, 2 years now, 3 years now, they already increased to $150, $200 an hour. If it's for a 10-session program, that will be $2,000 per student. Think about this, 10 hours, $2,000. That's what they can charge. Why they can charge it, as you can see, right? You have a niche, you have a program, it's a proven program, and that's why you can charge so much higher rates than session-based teaching. And programs are repeatable with less preparation. I know another pain point for teachers, coaches is that if they do session-based teaching, they are general teachers, they charge 1 hour for $20 an hour. They spend 2 hours to prepare that 1 hour session. You see what I mean? And then that means you make $20 an hour for 3 hours. That's only $7 an hour you are actually making. But with program-based teaching, 80% of what you teach and how you teach it in the program will be the same. You just repeat the same thing over and over again. Yeah, there might be 20% you have to customize a very, a little bit depending on your clients, right? But 80% of it is the same. And you don't have to spend hours preparing a session. So when you can only charge the time you meet your students, and programs are systematically designed and get better and better at teaching the same program as you progress. And eventually this program gonna be the course you sell and generate passive income, right? So I'm not gonna mention that today, but just for you guys to know that's the results you can get if you do program-based teaching. So the second topic, program-based teaching, explains what is program-based teaching, the benefits of program-based teaching. I hope you guys understand. And program-based teaching goes hand in hand with the niche teaching. You have a niche that allows you to do program-based teaching. If you don't have a niche, you're just general teacher, there's no way, unless you prepare like 5, 6, 7 programs for different students that you're gonna get, right? It's gonna be very difficult. So they go hand in hand, niche teaching and program-based teaching. So the third topic we're gonna cover today is 3 steps to get clients online for your language coaching business, okay? So these 3 steps are also the steps we follow to help our clients. All the teachers we work with, they follow these 3 steps. First of all, they need to think about their niche. So that's the first thing you want to do. Think about your niche, because everything is built on a niche. You have a niche, how are you going to define your niche? How are you going to transition from general teaching to niche teaching? That's the first step, right? After you got a niche, you kind of have some ideas, right? What you're going to do with your niche, who's going to be the people you're going to help, the problem you're going to help with. Then you're going to move on to program. You're going to design your program, structure a program for a niche based on their problems, and transition to program-based teaching, the second step. And then the last step is marketing. So you don't do any marketing before you figure out the niche and the program. Then you move on to marketing, develop specific marketing messages based on your niche's problem to resonate with them. So I already covered the first 2. I will spend a little bit more time about on marketing. So marketing, right? A common mistake here. A lot of teachers I talk to, I work with, they start with the marketing when they try to get their own students online. It's very straightforward, right? I can already teach. I've already got students. Now I just need to market myself to get more students. It's very straightforward. I don't blame them for making these mistakes, because this is a very common mistake, and it's totally understandable why they think this way. But the thing is, teachers start with the marketing when they try to get their own students online. These are the results. They set up a website, nothing happens. They try to use social media, but only attract freeloaders, just want the free content, and nobody wanted to pay. And they have, some of them even tried to pay advertising. They spend a lot of money, no return. All right, so this is the results for teachers who start with the marketing, right? And why? It's because marketing is the last step, as I showed it to you, last step. And you need to figure out your niche and the program first, and then build your business foundation. All right, so this is a new concept here, a business foundation. So what is a business foundation? A business foundation is a perfect alignment between your niche, your program, and your marketing messages. All right, so before you even think about marketing, you work on your niche, your program, you want to get your business foundation, which is the perfect alignment. Why? Because when you have a business foundation and this perfect alignment, your potential students can feel this alignment and know I'm from your niche, right? What you say, what your messages you use resonate with me. They believe that you're part of the group of people you can help. They believe you understand their problems. You are the solution to this problem that keep them up at night. And they believe you must have the answer to all their questions. Before they even get in touch with you, before they even reach out to you, talk to you, they already have this feeling because they are part of your niche. They feel this alignment you have, which is your business foundation. And when they get this feeling, when they feel this alignment, they want to connect with you. They feel like you must have something to offer. You can help them, and they want to talk to you. They want to work with you. All right, that's how you attract people. When you have this alignment, the business foundation, you don't even need to go after people. You're gonna attract them already. And this alignment is the reason they become your students, okay? So it's important to build your business foundation before even thinking about marketing. Let me just put it here, right? It's important to build your business foundation before even thinking about marketing. And marketing is just a tool to grow your business. Marketing is not going to give you a business. Marketing is just a tool to grow your business. Without a business foundation, marketing is a waste of time. Marketing is a waste of time, money and time. And let me kind of illustrate this a little bit more. All right. So the relationship between business foundation and marketing. What do I mean? What do I mean by marketing is a tool to help to grow your business, right? So let me put it this way. When you have a business without a solid foundation, to me, you only have a zero. That's all you got. You don't have a business foundation, you have a zero. And then you start doing marketing. So what marketing does is adding zeros to grow your business. Then you got 0, 0, 0. You just count how many zeros you got, right? And when you have a business with a solid foundation, that's number one you want to build. Number one, right? You build the number one, then you do marketing. What happens? You got 10, 100, 1,000, or 10,000. That's what I mean by a tool to grow your business. That's what marketing is, because marketing is going to only get you zero, and you need a one to start with, which is the business foundation, which is the perfect alignment between your niche, your messages, your program that you need to work on first. That's why these 3 steps, right? Niche, think about program, build your foundation, make sure this aligns, and then you do marketing to add zeros, and you get more students and you grow your business, right? So I think that's all the most part of my presentation. And because this is my first time seeing some of you, I guess most of you guys, and this is the first time I'm collaborating with Gabrielle. And I want to give you guys a free gift, a Teach Entrepreneur Starter Kit. I have a couple of things included in this kit. I will show you guys. The first one is an ebook. So this ebook has been downloaded by over 30,000 teachers in the past years, okay? So I made, there are a lot of templates. I explained this, the steps very clearly in the book. It only has 54 pages, and you can finish this book in 2 hours, okay? So if what I share with you today in this presentation makes a lot of sense, you just want to learn more, read this book. 2 hours, you can get so many answers to the questions you have that kind of troubles you, right? So get this ebook. That's part of the kit. And each teaching training video and this niche identification worksheet I already explained. That's what's gonna help you understand each teaching, help you understand, help you follow the worksheet, actually define your niche. And then there's also a LinkedIn video guide. So LinkedIn has become a very good platform for coaches, teachers to target advanced learners, business professionals. There's I think a majority of teachers, if you can see on LinkedIn, doing this are our clients. We've been using LinkedIn to help so many teachers get clients online. I think this is a great one. And this LinkedIn video guide actually has a little training there to help you update your LinkedIn profile so you can stand out, right? So the last one on the list, so also included a 50% ticket, a 50% off ticket to join the 21-day Teach Entrepreneur Challenge. So this is a group training that we run every month. You got to work with me and my team for 21 days, 3 weeks, to define your niche, think about your problems, think about your niche's problem, to develop messages, a program, and also cover a lot about marketing with on different platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Clubhouse, and also talk about other like business models, how you expand. It's right now it's $197. That's kind of the full price. 50% off that with $97 is a great deal. If you read a book, watch other things, if you're like, oh, James, I want to take action, I really think you can help me, join this 21-day challenge at a 50% off. Is also included in this kit, the Teach Entrepreneur Starter Kit. I will share this link. It's a form. You just need to give me your name or email. Then the system gonna send you the email with all of the things I explained in the kit. All right. So that's it for my presentation today. I will pass back to Gabrielle and also look at your chat, comments, and hopefully I can answer some questions as well. Gabrielle.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, for this very intensive and I think quite I don't know, overwhelming session talk. I'm just like, wow. So I think there were quite a lot of yeah, as Kathy is saying here, good reminders, new information, so lots of positive feedback. If you can, please have a look at the chat. So I'm echoing that definitely, and I was trying to keep the interaction in the chat box. So please start bombarding us with your questions, whatever they may be. And anyone who is watching us afterwards, the recording, it's also okay to get in touch with James or ourselves and address any questions that came up, and we're sure to come back to you. And as you can see here on the slide, there are a few things that I'm going to be saying. So obviously our conference, which is coming up, which Ilka is hosting in London, if you haven't bought your early bird ticket yet, it's still available till the 2nd of May, which is in about 2 weeks, 1.5 weeks. So there's still a bit of time for that. So we'd be very happy to see you. We've already got our program, which we're going to be posting across social media and on our website early next week. So that's going to be fantastic. We're working with Carrie on that this weekend. The conference will not be online, it's live. That's the main thing. After COVID, after everything, we think it's really important to have not only Zoom meetings, which obviously brings us together here, but we wanted to have something where we can actually meet in person after 2 or 3 years of working and collaborating together. Also, there's still time to join our field program, any other programs that you feel would be relevant for you. We've got our free events. One of them is here now. We've got a great speaker lined up for next month. Also, our YouTube channel. I'm going to pop these into the chat so that we have that. Okay, so these are just some of the links that you could be checking out. And also, if you're looking for also coaching for yourself or mentorship or any other kind of support, then we're here at Ilka and providing that definitely. And now I'd like to address any questions that you have. So now's the time. I don't know, James, are you okay to unshare now? Okay, so that we can see everyone. And wonderful. And I'd like to come into the chat, or James, can you also see the chat?
Yeah.
Yep, all right, okay. So there were 1 or 2 interesting ideas that came up along as we were talking. One thing came from, who was that? Kathy? No, Jane. I think Jane had a question, which I don't know if you can unmute. And Jane, are you here?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
All right, okay. Would you be okay to ask your question now?
Yep, let me just recall what it was.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, niche, defining a niche is also marketing. A compromise. Yeah, it was about this program-based teaching, because if we teach the same thing 80% of the time, isn't it like, you know, a compromise regarding the needs of individual students? So what coaching is meant for. So this is why I'm actually doing language coaching and using coaching approach in my work, just to deliver a tailored program, as tailored as possible. And yeah, if we are about to get back to this program-based teaching, then why do we need coaching at all? We have, you know, textbooks of all sorts, and we can do it. Like also the books which are aimed at specific professional niches, like Cambridge English for IT, English for marketing. Why don't we just take those? And yeah, what does it have to do with coaching then?
I can talk about this first, Gabriel, if that's okay with you.
Sorry.
Yeah. Do you want me to talk about this first?
Yeah, absolutely. If
okay.
You're okay with this,
Okay,
yeah, I didn't
sure,
want to put you on the spot. Yeah, okay.
I think one thing, I don't know if that is, I understand your question clearly enough. So coaching and the program-based coaching or teaching, I'm not saying that you shouldn't offer one-on-one or in-person coaching, right? You still work with your clients one-on-one, help them customize and the solutions. And that's why I mentioned 80% of the program can be fixed and still 20% for you to customize and tailor to help your clients. But the thing is, with a niche, you have to put the program-based coaching teaching under the niche teaching first. Right? You can't just separate the two. When you have a niche, whatever you do is already customized for this niche. All right, even you repeat the entire program 100% the same as the last client. It's still customized, it's already customized, tailored for this particular niche, right? And you should expect people from a niche with the similar problems that you're gonna be able to help with this program. So it's already customized because you have a niche, and then you can still have 20% of your time, your effort to make them even more tailored, customized. All right. So that's what I'm saying. It's not like you're gonna have a standard, a cookie cutter thing for everyone, regardless, regardless of whether analytics is gonna help them. It's not. It's a niche first, and within the niche, you provide program-based teaching, which is customized, tailored to this niche. On top of that, you can still have 20% to vary, to customize even more to help these clients. I would say with the program-based teaching, you will be able to deliver even more customized, tailored coaching to your clients because they're from your niche, and you have a lot of flexibility to help them even better. So that's kind of my answer to you, Jane. Let me know if that makes sense.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, that's yeah, it sounds reasonable. Like if this characteristic which makes them belong to this niche is crucial, is the thing that is the most important for them, yeah, it might be like not really needed to go into more detail, like.
Yeah.
Can I just add something here? Something that came to my mind, James and Jane, is as you were talking about this, it came to my mind that actually I'm doing something very similar when I'm working specifically with clients and I'm addressing an issue of theirs, for example, supporting their presentation techniques. So when you've got something really, really niche down to, they have a presentation in 2 weeks to board members or top management, etc., then you're going to be catering for their needs specifically because they have one specific event they need to prepare for. But I am using the same materials over and over again, and yet I am coaching them. I'm not only training them. So it's kind of a mix. And so I think I get where James is bringing this idea from, that the majority of what you're doing is going to be quite similar because you're addressing very niche, very specific needs, which or goals that your clients have. Am I getting this right, James?
Yeah, I think so. And no, in my example, with my business, right, we have run this 21 challenge for over 2 years now. We graduated close to 3,000 teachers, and all of them went through the same thing, the same training, because they are all from a niche. There are teachers, language coaches, teachers who want to get students online, right? That's my niche. And if they want to learn how to get students online, how to charge a higher rate, here's the program. It's very customized. If you take a look at all these reviews and feedback we've got, we're like, oh my God, I've never learned something like so specifically to what I want, I'm looking for, right? It's because they say they're from a niche and we already have a customized solution for them. Yeah, definitely true. Good. I do see a question early on, something about the program-based teaching. Something about the niche specific knowledge. Let me see here. Yeah. So what is your niche specific knowledge? So just to answer that question, is that from you, right, Gabriel? I think it's from you.
I'm trying to open up the conversation here, but I think everyone was immersed in what you were saying. So
yeah. It's okay. So niche specific knowledge is so one thing is that all the teachers, when they become a niche teacher, they should stop seeing themselves as a general teacher, just a teacher, right? You need to start seeing yourself as a specialist, and then the whole transition from general teaching to niche teaching is not okay. You get your niche, you're a niche teacher, just overnight. It's not. It's a journey that you need to follow to learn from a niche. So for example, just one of my very early clients, now she's been working with me for over 2 years now. She was a general teacher, just an accent reduction coach, right? And then we worked together and we kind of define her niche as this international IMG international medical graduates who lived in the US. You know, there are a lot of doctors, medical students, they come to the US, right? They want to become a doctor here. They have to go through a lot of steps to become a doctor, practice in the US. And that's her niche. So at first, she didn't know anything about this niche. And then while she's like working with people from this niche, reading, researching, learning, and now she knows more than anybody else. If the IMG come to the US, she knows more than anybody else in terms of what are the steps you need to go through, what are the things you need to do, right? And she's also helping these people with interviews, doing like a residence match, getting into hospital. She knows so much more. These are niche specific knowledge. Like what your niche is going through in their job, in their career, their life, what's happening in their industry, right? These are niche specific knowledge and why it's helping. Think about this. You get on a call with IMG, just came here a year ago, struggling. I want to become a doctor. I'm so frustrated because I don't know what to do, and my English is not good. And then when this potential student talking to my client, hey, don't worry, right? Then she's not only helping these potential students with English accent, but also helping them understand the path, the roadblocks they're gonna have, right? How much trust this potential student is gonna have, they're gonna build right away with you. And this potential student gonna see you as expert right away. Oh my God. So, and see you as not just a regular accent reduction coach, but a career coach. Like somebody can help them with their career. And that's why my clients are charging $200 an hour for a $2,000 program, because she's not only offering this pronunciation practice, accent modification exercise, right? So this is niche specific knowledge and why it's helping, why it's so helpful. And every teacher who wants to become a niche teacher should prepare yourself for learning all of this knowledge in this journey. I hope that makes sense to you guys. If you have more questions, feel free to ask.
I think Anna has, please unmute yourself. Hello, Anna.
Hey, hello. Thank you, James, for your presentation. And I think I'm a very good illustration of everything you have just been talking about, because I have been working in a very particular niche for about 10 years now. And I think all my experience proves everything you have just told in terms of clients, prices, coaching, career coaching, not just language coaching. But I have a very specific question now, because being in a niche and working in a niche, it is very effective. It actually, from a certain point, starts working for you. But I now feel that I am really tired of this niche. So that I know everything, and for me, personal development is very important. And now I feel that I probably came to the point where I know everything, and I don't feel, motivated and excited any longer, because it's no longer interesting for me. So from the marketing perspective, is it a good idea to? And now it's a very, it's a personal story, but a very difficult situation. In my career, right, when potentially I can change my direction, because everything I had is ruined now. So do you think from the marketing perspective, it's a good idea to change the niche, or is it easy to do, difficult to do? Yeah.
So
thank you.
Thanks for sharing that. And so first of all, yeah, you can always change your niche. And some of the clients, they work on a niche for a year, then they change their niche. So then if you want to change your niche, you can always find a niche that close enough to the niche you had before, so you don't have to rebuild everything. can have a niche very similar or kind of next to the niche you have, right? So that it's possible, or you can completely change the niche, and that happens before. And I think one thing is important, as an independent coach or teacher, you're running a business. If you don't like what you do, you don't like people you work with, you better do something about it, right? You're gonna quit otherwise, right?
No, it's not about. I mean, I was training people to take different kinds of international exams, like IELTS, TOEFL, and so on. It was fine. It was successful. I liked it, but at certain period, I just realized that I know everything about it, and there is nowhere else I can develop my teaching skills, my coaching skills, and I'm now thinking maybe it's now time to shift to something else. I'm still not sure what it could be, but something. Yeah. But from the marketing perspective, I'm worried whether it's a good idea or not, because I have a certain database of my clients and everything, and from the if this is a wide decision from a marketing perspective.
Yeah, I think I would say I mean, we've seen a lot of teachers changing their niche from exam preparation to something different, right? And so my personal opinion about exam preparation is still very standardized niche, a standardized field. It's very competitive. And I rarely see people can charge over $100 an hour doing exam preparation. I've seen some, but they have to have a lot of experience, 10 years, decades, right? A lot of proof. But we see teachers who just start doing this for a couple of months with a new niche. They start charging $100 an hour. So the potential is very different. One of actually a teacher who's also on my team. She taught IELTS for 4 years, I think 4 years before she joined the 21 challenge, started doing all different things, and then she changed it to a lawyer niche. And if you ask her, she was like, "Oh, I'm really happy that I made that decision. So it's better place to be, and the learning curve is not that hard." And I think a lot of teaching skills you've developed while you're working with your last niche can be transferable to a new niche. It's totally fun. And think about the students you've taught, right? They could be part of a new niche. You're teaching different things. So it can be leveraged as well. So yeah, I mean, think about this, and always, it doesn't hurt to try something new, right? To see experience, right? In a manageable scale, it should be fun. All right, thanks for the question. Good.
Any other questions that you have, or any comments, anything you'd like to? I know that Kathy wrote again that, it's not only the English, it's the culture, the processes, the tasks. That's something that came up for me too. So this trust chord, if you're familiar with the processes, the challenges that your clients are facing, for example, if you can do a SWOT analysis in a very straightforward, quick way on what your clients are experiencing. What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses in the work that they're doing, etc.? If you can do that with confidence, then you're probably niched pretty well, because you're familiar with the work that they're doing. But if you yourself are unsure about what they're actually doing, what expectations they have, what needs they have, etc., then you still have work to do, right? So there's still quite a lot of background learning that you need to be doing to be able to, sell your thing, to be able to start marketing towards that niche, because you're not going to be on firm ground there. So at least that's my experience. Anyone like to add anything here? Questions, comments, that's what we're here for. Julie.
I have a question about LinkedIn marketing specifically, and this might be broader for all of us. So I do have a niche, and I've had my business for almost 15 years, and I've narrowed the niche over time and learned better how to talk about it. And I read your book, James. It's fantastic. Everybody should read the book. It's a great, 2-hour investment, as he says. I'm pretty sophisticated on LinkedIn. I dumped all of my other channels because they did not bring me any return, and it's like, how much data do you need? I had a decade's worth of data not bringing me any return, right? My question is, Since the pandemic, as I've been posting more regularly and more strategically, the way that LinkedIn works is to like group you with other people in your profession, right? So it feels like the algorithms have been like, hey, you have this specialized niche and this is what you do for a living. So now we're going to connect you with all these other people who do what you do for a living. And I'm not sure how to break out of that other than using hashtags for the professions of my niche, because I mean, it's great to see what other people are doing, but I used to get organically, I would get clients from LinkedIn without really even trying. And now that I've put this marketing strategy in place, it's like all I ever see are all the other people around the world who are doing exactly what I'm doing. And there's a nice spirit of collaboration. It doesn't feel like icky or anything, but I'm not getting the clients I used to. And I don't know how to break out of this. It's like LinkedIn has put all of us in this category and we're all just talking to each other. Does that make sense?
Two things, okay, for you, Julie. One thing is LinkedIn has changed so much in the past year. The algorithm is different and the features are different. And believe it or not, I was at this time of the year last year, I was changing the training every single month for 3 months to catch up, because the algorithm changes. You have to follow what they recommend, what works, what doesn't work, right? So organic reach definitely is reduced. No, it's not as before. And just because it's more competitive, and think about the growth of LinkedIn, look at the users, how many people actually put together content, put up content, right? So previously you have, let's say, 2,000 connections, followers on LinkedIn. Maybe 2 years ago, you make a post, maybe 40, 50% of them are gonna see it. Now, everybody's posting. Your 2,000 people, 2,000 followers, probably only 10% can see you, unless you have a viral content, you're really good at copywriting content, all that, right? So that means it's more competitive, but there are solutions. I mean, different strategies we introduce. I know you read a book, but if you haven't taken the training, the 2020 challenge, I would recommend, because we actually have the latest training for LinkedIn on day 8, day 9. In that 2020 challenge, you can see a lot about commenting, DM strategies, and all different things we use, and I've been really working for our clients, right? And the community building, all that we say in the training is number one thing. So it's not you, it's the environment's different now. Okay, environment is different now, it's more competitive, right? So number one. Number two is, yes, so LinkedIn is smart, at least they think they're smart, right? So they guess who will be interested in connecting with you, reaching, looking at your content, right? And they guess who you will be interested in seeing in your feed. So every action you take on LinkedIn or any other platforms is observed by the platform. They're trying to understand you, study you by tracking you, like what you do, right? So with that in mind, you want to unfollow all these people, you don't want to see their content. So the ones that you see all similar to you, unfollow them, never take action on their content. So you're telling LinkedIn, I don't want to see them, right? I don't want to see them. The number one, right? Another thing you can do is take a look at the industry you put in on LinkedIn. Don't do coaching industry or teaching industry. So LinkedIn want to show you things related to the industry. You want to add your niche industry to your LinkedIn profile. If you for example, if you teach IT professionals, and then your industry is IT, is not teaching. Your industry is finance. Finance is your industry, is not IT. Okay, so this is what you do. Actions you take on LinkedIn or any other platforms is observe, is tracked by the platform, so they can understand you. Then you need to tell them exactly what you want. Don't just click on like all the content because they're friends. Don't do that. And follow them, right? To clean up your feed. Only look at content, interactive content that you want LinkedIn to send you more, right? So these are the things you're gonna do. Two things, right? It's not you. The environment's changing. You need to keep updated on this training. And 21 Challenge is gonna be a great place if you want to work with us. And second thing is, your actions, what you do on LinkedIn can be better managed. Okay. All right.
Thank you. That was helpful. Sorry in advance, everyone, if I unfollow any of you.
Yeah, this might be a little bit
Not
advanced.
personal. I need students.
But not us. Don't unmute us. Okay. So.
No, I won't unfollow anyone in ILCA, but
All right. Okay.
No, yeah, you can unfollow them, but you can still connect with them. You unfollow, just don't see their posts anymore.
Okay, right. Thank you very much for this. It's a wealth of information. Definitely a lot of new ideas, I think, that are going on. I can see a lot of smiles, even with the pictures also, but also the people who actually have their cameras on. So thank you very much for this. It's been very informative. And I think we're really grateful because you shared a lot of things which I guess would be in other forms of content for you. So that's really helpful. And yeah, great Q&A. Yeah, thank you. Thank you again, James, for being here, for sharing this. And I'll be meeting you next month, right? So that would be interesting. So
great having you here.
I'm
you guys too.
Yeah. So thank you very much. The recording will be up there, so if you've missed anything or you feel that you want to go through it again because there's so much going on here, then do check our website, and also it will be shared in our newsletter and it will be there on YouTube. So thank you very much. We're going to stop the recording now. Thank you everyone for being here, and we had a great time. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.